Okay, so we decided to add 2 bathrooms to this space. Each bathroom is going to be about 50 square feet. So the first thing we did was frame everything out to separate. It was one big room before, and we tore down all these walls and put up new walls to frame out the space that we wanted for the bathroom. And there wasn't any drywall here at all. We had a pocket door in here, but we don't really like the pocket door because the way it was sliding wasn't really good. So we're gonna put in a door. Now, the first thing after framing it out and getting all the drywall up on the outside, because there's a hallway on the outside of that. So each bathroom's about the same dimensions. Once we got that done, we also sanded down the floor because in this bathroom, we're gonna keep the original 100-year-old floor. In the other bathroom, we're gonna put down some type of, possibly a natural stone, different floor. And the first step was after the framing, having the drywall up on the outside, was the electrical. So we've got all the electrical wires run. We had the lights installed, put a dimmer switch in here, and 2 outlets, and some recess lights. Let's turn that down before we go look at that. Some recess lighting in there in the positions we wanted them. We still have to finish over that because we had to cut the holes. There was no lighting up there whatsoever. There was a single ceiling fan that you can see there between the one room that was here. And we created the dimensions that we wanted. That wall was always there, but we created the dimensions that we wanted on this side for this wall so that the bathrooms worked out to be the same size. And we got to put a cover on top of that. And then we also, over here on the other side, we've got the same configuration, except on this side, we wanted 4 recess lights, and we used the small recess lights, little hockey puck type recess lights. All door, Nico put up the frame for the door, all of that blocked off for where all the electrical stuff is going. Ran the wires for here, and as you can see, we're running wires for here because we're going to put a heater in there. We're using mini splits in the room, but we'll take care of the cooling for the larger rooms, and then we're going to do some type of vent system so there's circulation between the rooms coming through when we're using the air conditioning. But for the heating, it's going to be harder, especially because it'll get cold here. It's a 110, something like that, year-old home. So putting a heater in here, a wall here, which was common to see. You see them in a lot of modern homes, but for decades, you saw them in the homes. That'll heat up the room really quickly. We'll show you tomorrow when we get that installed. And then over here, we're gonna put another one for this bathroom. And as you can see on the floor, that's the original floor after we uncovered it. And in that room, you can see the beautiful finish that we got from the, I think it's pine, that we got from the floor. And when we sanded this down, we got the same thing here. And my wife felt it would be a great idea to keep that on the floor here. So the idea so we've got the same configuration, lighting, heater. She wanted 2 recessed lights here. I wanted 4 there. You could also set the setting for the lights, whether you want it really, really dark, really bright, or in the middle. Then we've also got an outlet that, I don't think an outlet's going to go there. We're just going to put a cover on that one. Put this here just in case to make sure that when the drywall goes up, if they nail into it, they won't be nailing into the wires. We're going to raise up to the outlet to the normal level because code back then probably was lower, but we're going to bring it up a little bit higher over here. And then just the one outlet here because the bathroom that's in the house back 100 years ago, they didn't need an outlet whatsoever. So the idea is, and we'll keep the videos going as we make progress on this, the idea is to put a toilet here, and then a shower here, and then a sink here. There will be a drain running underneath the floor that'll come teed off here somewhere for the shower and for the toilet and for the shower over here. We'll configure what type of shower. On the opposite side, we were initially thinking we were going to put a top toilet on the opposite side to that. But then we said that's not a good idea. The toilet's only going to have a water entry and the drain. That's it. So we wanted to have a panel here on this side. So if we need to, because the shower is going to be on the opposite side, we can get access to the shower on the opposite side without having to break out a whole lot of porcelain. It'll just be an open panel that will be able to have access to all the mechanisms for the shower. We'll have a plumber come in and install that. On this side, we're going to do the shower. On this side, we're going to have the toilet here and then the shower over there. So we'll have similarly a panel on the back here. So if the shower has any issues over here, we need to get to the mechanics of the shower, we'll have just open up the panel and be able to get to it, not have to break out any drywall, nothing like that. All repairs are super easy. Everything running up underneath and pretty much along this line, everything sharing the drainage, and the drainage tube will go down through this drywall here, and somewhere in there is the original chimney from the house, but there's a lot of space on each side. So we'll run the drain down there into our main drain, and that should drain everything out. So we'll bring you along through the journey. Hopefully this helps. And it's amazing how the floor turned out after 100 years being covered with something else. And then this one, and it should look just as good as that when we're all done. It's had a beautiful finish on this floor after we sanded it down and put some polyurethane on top of it.